It's so painful knowing that most traders are so obsessed with patterns instead of real market behavior. And that is exactly why they stay stuck for years. I'm Eugene, founder of Doctor of Psychologicals, where I train traders to execute trades under pressure, retain profits, manage risk properly, and also be able to control their decisions in the financial market. In my last video, I shared this good setup, and immediately some people started texting me saying that gold is bullish. And another people said that there is a support level here. I think I got that message yesterday that there is a support level here that gold is respecting, that I should consider closing my sell trade. So other people were like telling me that there is a pattern forming here, right? That there is a W pattern forming that I should also consider closing. So if you check all they are saying, they all revolve around buy. And before someone will come up and tell you to close your trade and buy, it means that person is already buying or is aiming for a buying opportunity in the market. Okay, so I was like, okay, let me analyze the market and see what is really going on that made these people to think gold is buying, because all I could see here is a selling opportunity. So let's analyze everything together, guys, because it's so of seeing people that are supposed to be doing better, or people that are supposed to, you feel like they've actually mastered the technical aspect of trading. Let's keep the psychological side apart. So let's check it out, guys, because, okay, so in a trade like this, for you to run to analyze them, you don't need to start from here, because if you start from here, you will miss the real structure. So let's move it from this level. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, so now we are actually analyzing everything together, guys. So we had a drop here. After this drop, we had a push up, pull back, another push up, then we had a pull back again, a push up. All right, so another pull back, then a push up. I know most of you will be like, this is a push up here, but this is not a valid swing point. This point is the same point like this, because for this point to be, this place to be a valid swing point, this particular candle here have to close above this level for this one to be a swing point, because this is the last or the highest bearish candle at this level. So I know most of you guys don't really know how to read all this swing, and so, but if you really know how to read it, I think that is a plus for you. So you can see there is a push up here before dropping, and when this happened, we were like expecting market to push to this level here, which is clearing all this level here and all the liquidity laying here. So which that didn't happen, and something strange happened, which is market dropped significantly, that led to this breakout structure here. So sorry, shift in structure. So there is a shift in market structure at this level. And if you check it closely, you understand something else. When this drop happened, we had a new shift in structure here, because gold was buying before this drop. So after this shift here, this level was the zone market was actually selling from. Market is actually reacting from this zone, this supply zone here. So, okay, and at the same place, there is a shift here again. And after this shift in structure, or you can call it change of character, we had inducement point here. After this inducement point, market actually tapped back to the zone with this particular candle here. All right. So I don't want to put multiple lines to avoid filling up the space. So you can see market actually tapped this level here, and just before moving to the upside. So when this thing tapped here, I actually participated on this trade, but I opened two positions. One, I took my profit at this level, which it was about 800 pips or something like that. And another one, I held one to this place as my full take profit, and I got stopped out by this particular move here. So when this thing stopped me out with a change of character here or shift in structure, so after this shift here, then I realized, okay, actually market is reacting off of this level. Okay, so that was when I realized that there is a level here that market is reacting off of. And you can see after that we had inducement level at this point. Okay, so let me remove these ones. There is inducement here and there is a zone here. There is a supply zone here and there is a supply demand zone here. And the one that is very close to this inducement level is actually this one. So let's map it out. And that is exactly why I placed the trade. Okay, so that is it. And if you have been following me, you understand that I used to pay attention to the 50% of my zone. And immediately market tapped the 50% of the zone and dropped. I went to a lower time frame to look for a selling opportunity. And then I got the selling opportunity in my 15 minutes time frame. And this is not where I placed the trade, but this candle here was spot tapped me in and started dropping. Okay, so in this particular trade here, I didn't extend my take profits to the downside because I was actually expecting a buy from this zone here, because I was also thinking that gold will respect this particular shift that happened here, as it is respecting this one as well. Because if this happened and gold bought from here now, is still okay, because from this level here to this point is still 50%. So meaning gold have already respected both sides, but it failed to hold. And if I'm to be a trader that used to enter trade blindly without confirmation, I would lose some money here. But you can check it out, you see that this is here. So when market, this first candle that approached the zone closed, it actually cleared the liquidity here, and like it cleared this zone here. So any person that placed a pending order here will be stopped out. And because there is a shift or sweep of liquidity here, so I have to wait for more confirmation. And you can see market tapped back inside the zone and started selling. So that's when, it's only when this happened that I realized that, oh, gold is selling overall. And if I'm to enter sell here immediately, but it doesn't do that. If I'm to enter a sell trade here, I would take my profits somewhere around here. All right, so that is it. But I didn't participate on this trade here, because there is no reason to do that, even though I was seeing a setup in a 5 minutes time frame, but I didn't actually pay attention to it. So after this that happened here, we had a new break of structure, another break of structure here, and a third break of structure, which is multiple break of structures. All right, so all this I'm explaining is based on my EEMF system, that is Eugene market flow system. All right, so that is it. And most of my students don't even need to ask, because they've already on there, and most of them participated on this trade. Okay, so you can see gold actually dropped here and started pushing to the upside. And now this is why most of you guys are seeing a buy on gold, even though gold is actually selling. We had a new inducement level here. This is inducement level, at this point to this particular zone. And if you check it closely, you will understand that this particular inducement level, it gated this zone here, this supply demand zone here. I'm calling it supply demand zone because it is a demand zone that failed to hold, and now it is a supply zone, right? So you can see it mitigated this point, and now we have to check the nearest, or the one that is so approximate to this inducement level, and this is the zone, and is actually the zone that led to that shifted, or that led to the main structural break. All right. So when market approach this level again, which is this, it reacted because market have already reacted off of this zone. And you can see when market tapped the zone again, it reacted first time, second time, it reacted before the third time. So it's after this second time that I placed a pending order here based on what I saw in my 15 minutes time frame. And market actually tapped me and pushed almost to my stop loss level before selling. So now, what is actually the reason of you guys buying, and where are you actually buying this gold to? That is one thing I need to know. If you buy a gold here now, and gold is even buying to this point, where are you actually buying it to? Which liquidity are you targeting? Because that is actually what matters. All right. So stop focusing on these patterns like support and resistance, inverts, head and shoulders, and so on. Focus on liquidity because that is actually what moves the market. Patterns is just like, I don't know what to use and represent it, but if you have to pay attention to all those patterns, pay attention to a pattern that formed in a higher time frame, not the ones you are seeing in all these lower time frames. And that's why most of you guys think that indicators doesn't work. Indicators work in a higher time frame, but not in your lower time frames. All right. So honestly speaking, I don't really see any good reason here to start buying gold for now until this place is cleared. And why I put my take profit here is because of this level here, and I was actually anticipating this is the last liquidity to be taken here. So that's why I placed my take profit here. And if there is any change that I saw here, or if any change happened here, I will either decide putting my trade in break even, but I hardly do that. But before we do that, I must see a good reason to do it, which if there is a shift in structure here that actually showed me that, okay, market is now buying, then I will consider doing that. But now there is no reason to buy, right? So before you make that your decision, at least you really need to reanalyze the market and see what is really going on. Okay, so this is Doctor of Psychologicals, where real traders are built. And here we don't actually talk much about technical aspect of trading because we have actually tried all the technical side of trading, both your SMC, ICT, and so on. We have actually tried them out, not because we want to trade them, but because I really want to know if technical analysis can fix my trading problems, but it can't. So that is it. Here we actually focus on psychological aspect of trading, but that doesn't mean we doesn't have a technical knowledge. All right. So if I come up now to analyze a fundamental for you, you will be like, am I a fundamental trader? Okay. So, and my system is what I use for both Forex and crypto. All right. Because I'm a crypto and Forex trader. Okay. So if you are struggling with discipline, over trading, or inconsistency in your trading, I run one-on-one psychological mentorship program where we break down your mindset, your habits, and decision-making in the market. And I will show you exactly what is holding you back and give you a clear plan to fix them. All right. See you guys in my next video.